Albuquerque Heading Home focuses on the most vulnerable in our city. We look at people who are experiencing homelessness in a chronic fashion and who are also medically vulnerable, and we work to give them permanent housing. The goal of Albuquerque Heading Home is to make experiences of homelessness rare, short-lived, and non-recurring. Albuquerque Heading Home is a huge citywide collaboration. It involves over 100 volunteers on a weekly basis. It involves multiple nonprofit organizations throughout the community, and it includes government and business and the private sector. All of these coming together, aligning resources, is changing the way we end homelessness. In the past, we took whoever came in our doors first. So it was a first come, first served basis. Now we're aligning resources, which are limited, to the most needy. And we believe that if we help those most vulnerable first, it will free up the resources to then help additional people afterwards in a much quicker way. When we began Albuquerque Heading Home, there were over 600 people on the street, medically vulnerable, chronically homeless, 675 to be exact. And to date, since we began in 2011, we've housed over 250 individuals. And our retention rate after 1 year is 80%, which is remarkable if you think about someone who's been on the street over 8+ years, who's now stable in permanent housing and becoming a contributing member again to our society. A grant from Albuquerque Involved will fund peer-to-peer support. The peer-to-peer support is a monthly luncheon gathering that we hope to increase to twice monthly, and in addition to add services such as a cooking class, home budgeting, other ways that people like you and I are perhaps very comfortable doing on a day-to-day basis. This grant from Albuquerque Involved will actually teach people who are hungry to stabilize their housing situation. One of the first things when we gathered together some people that we'd recently housed, I asked, what would you like to do? And I assumed it would be something like the zoo, the biopark, but immediately the first thing was, how do we volunteer? These are people who have very little, and now that they have housing, they want to give back. And they're looking for ways to participate as a citizen, as a neighbor. Peer-to-peer allows our new neighbors that opportunity to give back. So to take someone who's been on the street for 8 to sometimes 20 years and place them into an apartment can be incredibly isolating. Peer-to-peer program allows people to reach outside their apartment to reestablish community among their friends. And you may have heard the saying that we're all one paycheck away from being homeless. And that's not exactly true. At least for me, if I were to lose a paycheck, I have a social network of family and friends who would take me in and help stabilize my situation. These people that we're working with, the most critical, don't have that social safety network. So peer-to-peer is critical in establishing the social fabric that allows somebody to maintain stable housing.